A new horror has come to Earth, one that not only threatens to destroy the planet, but also enslave its people. And it's all because Darkseid has raised an army of Godzillas. That's right, the Justice League's worst nightmare is coming true and Darkseid commands. Godzilla, welcome back Nerd Squad, I'm your host. And today we're going over what would happen if Darkseid raised an army of Godzillas and commanded them to do his bidding. But before we get into it, let me know which side you're on. Are you Team DC? Or are you Team Godzilla? Either way, which team will win this epic battle? Let's get into it. The world is in chaos as the Justice League scrambles to stop another apocalyptic invasion, while the new gods might not be able to hurt the planet itself. Their advanced technology makes easy work of human society and infrastructure. As Batman looks over the latest casualty count, he can't help but feel a sense of dread. This invasion is far worse than any they've had to face before. And with Superman away on a solo mission to stop Darkseid himself, it's up to him and the rest of the League to protect the Earth. But there is no victory in sight, as Batman soon gets word that Gotham is under attack. As he suits up and heads out, he sees a massive building collapse just outside the city limits. It's the new Lex Luthor building, one that was supposed to be humanity's last hope against threats from deep space. He could see Lex being dragged away by paramedics, leaving Batman feeling as though he'd failed, even before the battle began. Making matters worse, the sky turns black as a massive portal opens above the city. Out steps a figure that sends shivers down Batman's spine, a figure that embodies pure evil, Darkseid. The two square off, but Darkseid is too powerful for the caped crusader to handle alone. Just when it seems like Batman might be about to take the fight to the grave, a massive roar shakes the ground beneath them. The two turn to see a giant green monster stomping toward them. It's Godzilla, but he's different, more animalistic. His eyes glow red, and his skin is covered in dark armor with green energy crackling around him. Unlike any Godzilla Batman's ever seen before, this one is meaner, stronger, and scarier, and he's just getting warmed up. As Godzilla attacks Batman, it's clear that the Dark Knight won't be able to win in a straight fight. So he uses his utility belt to try to stun the beast, but even that doesn't seem to faze him. Godzilla is immune to most conventional weapons, and Batman is forced to flee when the monster starts chasing after him. But Godzilla isn't interested in hurting Batman. Instead, he wants to show him something truly terrifying. He lets out a deafening roar and the ground beneath them shakes once again. From the rubble of the Lex Luthor building, Batman sees another portal open and out steps an army of Godzillas, each one as fearsome and powerful as the last. All of them have the same glowing red eyes and dark armor, except they aren't just monsters. They're under Darkseid's control. He used the anti-life equation to turn them into obedient slaves, and now he has an army that can level entire cities at his command. Batman watches in horror as the Godzillas wreak havoc on Gotham, destroying everything in their path. There's nothing he can do to stop them. Not even Superman could take on this many Godzillas at once, and without Superman, there's no hope for the Justice League. But Batman is never one to give up. Even when all hope seems to be lost, he comes up with a plan to defeat Darkseid and his army of Godzillas. But what could possibly defeat an entire army of monsters that are practically invincible? Well, that's for us to find out, so let's keep watching. All seems lost for the Justice League until Cyborg arrives with a fleet of high-tech vehicles equipped with sonic weapons. These vehicles are specially designed to disrupt the connection between Darkseid and the Godzillas. With the help of the other Justice League members, they're able to break through the sonic barriers, protecting the Godzillas, and deliver powerful blows that stun them long enough for the League to regroup. The tide of the battle turns as the Justice League fights back against Darkseid and his minions. But it's clear that this won't be an easy victory. Even though the Justice League is able to damage the Godzillas, they're unable to destroy them, and Darkseid proves to be a powerful opponent. He uses his Omega beams to blast the heroes back and unleashes a barrage of paramedics to try and overwhelm them. But the Justice League is too much for the paramedics to handle, and while Darkseid is powerful, he's no match for the combined strength of the Justice League. But the fight isn't over yet. Darkseid knows he's losing, and he unleashes his final weapon, the ultimate form of the Godzillas, the one he's been controlling all along. The other Godzillas bow before it, as Darkseid transfers his power to the monster, causing it to grow to an even greater size and power. Its skin becomes a deep red color and its eyes glow with a bright green light. It lets out a deafening roar that shakes the very foundations of the earth. and the Justice League knows they're in for the fight of their lives. With the help of the citizens of Gotham, the Justice League is able to hold off the Godzilla long enough for Batman to come up with a plan. He realizes that the Godzilla is too powerful to be defeated in a direct confrontation, but maybe it can be out. Batman devises a strategy to lure the Godzilla away from the city using a combination of sonic weapons and decoy vehicles. It's a risky plan, but it just might work. With the help of Flash, Batman is able to distract the Godzilla long enough for the rest of the Justice League to escape. They regroup and come up with a new strategy to take down the Godzilla. This time they'll use the environment to their advantage. Wonder Woman uses her super strength to take down power lines and create a massive electrical gridlock. Aquaman uses his hydrokinesis to create a tidal wave to knock the Godzilla down. And Martian Manhunter uses his shape-shifting abilities to disguise himself as a member of the Godzilla's species. Martian Manhunter's plan is to infiltrate the Godzilla's group and disable them from within. He uses his telepathy to communicate with the other Godzillas, trying to convince them to stop the attack and go home. But not all the Godzillas are willing to listen. The strongest and most powerful of the bunch, King Ghidorah, attacks Martian Manhunter and tries to eliminate the threat, but the telepath is too quick for the monster and manages to disable it with a blast of his own. Meanwhile, the other Justice League members continue to fight the Godzillas, but they're starting to become overwhelmed. The monsters are too strong and they just won't stop coming. But just when it seems like the Justice League is about to be defeated, Superman returns. He's been away on a mission to take down Darkseid and his forces, and he's just in time to help out his friends. The hero goes straight to work, taking down the Godzillas with ease. He flies circles around them, blasting them with his heat vision and knocking them out with his super strength. And when he turns his attention to Darkseid, the villain doesn't stand a chance. Superman is too powerful for him to handle, and the hero takes the villain down with relative ease. In the end, the Justice League is victorious. They've defeated Darkseid and his army of Godzillas, and the Earth is safe once again. But the battle has taken its toll on both sides. Many of the Justice League members are injured and they know they'll need to recover before they can take on any more threats. But as they survey the damage around them, they know that this is just the beginning. Darkseid may be defeated, but he's not destroyed, and he's sure to come back with a vengeance. And when he does, the Justice League will be ready for him. The hero stands united, knowing that they're stronger together than they are apart. They've faced many threats in the past, but none as powerful and dangerous as Darkseid and his army of God. They know that the next battle could be their last, but they're prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice to save the Earth and its people. And that's the end of our story today. We hope you enjoyed this epic showdown between the Justice League and Darkseid and his army of God. But we want to know what you think. Which team do you think would win? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, Nerd Squad. I'm your host, and until next time, stay nerdy.